Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make homemade egg noodles, and these egg noodles are going to go into my chicken noodle soup. To make this dish you only need 3 ingredients, so 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 eggs. You'll also need a large mixing bowl, a fork, a wooden spoon, and I have my rolling pin, a pizza cutter, and then also a cooling rack that I will use to dry my noodles on, and some saran wrap. So first I'm going to start out with my flour and pour that into my large mixing bowl, and I'm going to add my teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to mix these ingredients together with my wooden spoon and get the salt nice and incorporated with the all-purpose flour. Okay, once my flour and salt are incorporated, I'm going to create a well in the middle of this flour. And inside of this well, I'm going to add. So in my well, I'm going to crack both of my eggs right in the center. And now I'm going to use my fork and I'm going to whisk these eggs together in this small well I've created. And then once I've whisked the eggs together, then I'm going to start slowly incorporating the flour into the egg. And it's going to start to form a small dough ball. Then once the ingredients are fairly incorporated, then I'm going to start mixing it with my hand and make this form a ball. Okay, now I'm going to sprinkle some flour onto the table. This is going to be my work area, and I'm going to knead my dough ball for about 5 minutes. And some of this flour is going to work into this dough. Okay, after you've kneaded your dough for about 5 minutes, it's going to feel nice and smooth. And then you're going to wrap your dough ball in saran wrap and then place it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Okay, after your dough has been chilled in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes, you're going to pull it out, and then you want to flour your work surface. I'm going to flour my work surface as well as my rolling pin. So you want to make sure that your dough does not stick. And I'm going to work with this in 2 parts. So first I'm going to use my pizza cutter and I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to roll this out so it's very thin. You want it about 1/4 inch to paper thin. So very thin. And while you're working with this dough and rolling it out, you want to turn it so that doesn't stick to your working surface. Okay, so after you've rolled your dough out and it's nice and thin, and I do like mine quite thin, okay, then it's time to cut your pasta, and that's where you're going to use your pizza cutter. And you want to try your best to cut the pasta so it's equal thickness. That way it's going to cook evenly, okay? You could boil this in some salted water and season it however you'd like, but this is going to go into my chicken noodle soup. So I'm going to cut these into smaller pieces. And then once I've cut all of my pasta, I'm going to put it on my cooling rack to dry. And there you have it, my fresh egg noodles, all ready to be cooked. Thank you for watching, everybody.